What is going on, guys? That Nerdy Family here. Today we have another exciting episode. Today we have a special guest, none other than Rob over from NewGame. Make sure you guys check him out. His channel will be linked down in the description below. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the video. Make sure you turn on notifications so that way you will never miss a podcast. All right, guys, let's get right into it. All right, guys, we got Rob with us. Thank you so much, Rob, for being with us. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for taking the time to be here with me. So the goal for today is just to talk to you, casually talk about your channel, talk about some of your likes, dislikes on your videos, how you came up with the name, stuff like that. So thank you again, man, for being on the show with me.
Absolutely, brother.
So first off, man, how's your day been so far?
Uh, it's been a busy day. Got breakfast with the family, came home, took a nap. Weather's going crazy. There's a hurricane apparently coming and hit us soon.
So I actually, when you said that in our Instagram message, I actually looked it up, and it's called, I think, Hurricane Dorian, if I'm not
Right?
mistaken.
Yeah, you're right.
I didn't realize that that was actually close to you, man. I forgot that you actually lived out in that area. So, I mean, are you? I mean, obviously, no one's prepared for this kind of thing. I mean, what is, what's running through
Uh,
your mind right now?
I mean, you're right. We can't really prepare for it. Honestly, we just moved out this way a couple months ago, so honestly, the evacuation concept is kind of foreign to me. So if it were to ever come to the point where we had to evacuate, because that's the protocol, just evacuate.
Yeah.
Don't even try and race through it. If it came to it, I wouldn't know what to do. I don't know if I have to check it out on the news or if I'm supposed to get a letter somewhere or a text or something. I don't know. But other than that, I'm just gonna wait for it because right now, if I'm being honest, I'm looking outside. It's cloudy. It's a little drizzling, but there's no way that this is considered hurricane weather.
Yeah. I mean, I think half the time that's what it is. Though, I mean, sometimes it's full of crap. I mean, sometimes it passes through. I mean, you never know with these weathers. I don't think you can ever like predict full on what it's thinking.
Right.
But we're gonna be sending lots of prayers to you, man. Hopefully, you don't have to evacuate or anything like that. So,
No, I appreciate it, brother.
uh, but yeah, so getting into your YouTube channel, um, how did you come up with the game? I mean, with NewGame.
Okay. Everyone. I mean, if you haven't checked it out, I have a video on my channel where I talk about my adventures through life, not necessarily the reason behind everything. But it pretty much all starts, going throughout most of my childhood. It's primarily gaming. It's playing, collecting cards, trading cards, uh, and as time went, I slowly got into fitness, and I started learning how to take better care of myself. And the long story short was, I felt like I was missing something. Like I felt like something was wrong because my entire life growing up was, on the nerd side of things. But all
Yeah.
of a sudden, I'm on the fitness side of things, and it just doesn't feel right.
Now,
So, go
did
ahead.
you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Now, did you find a way to put the two together?
Okay, that's a very deep question. Eventually, that is the end goal. When I first started doing the YouTube thing, I always had this mental like picture of wanting to be able to like merge the two, but I think the biggest issue was you can't take oil and water and bring them together.
Yeah.
You've kind of got to find a way to turn water into something that will mix into oil, and that was something that I had to really I figured out the hard way. So over the course of the first 2 months of me doing YouTube, most of my videos started out with me being like, "Oh, I'm gonna go hit the gym. Everything's gonna be great." I even remember making a video where I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna start this whole new fitness regime. I'm gonna make it work, and I'm gonna show you guys the adventure along the way." Not even 2 videos later, I've already dropped the.
I actually remember that. I remember the whole talking about that.
Yeah, if you're a fan of my channel at all, you will recognize the Jin Kazama project.
Yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't think of the name. I didn't want to butcher it. So yeah,
No,
I
it's
actually remember that video.
yeah, but that video doesn't exist anymore. I took it off because multiple reasons, but the biggest one just being like it's very hard to come up with a way to be able to blend two things that just really don't belong. And it's not to say that it's not going to happen. I'm really, really, really working on something to be able to do that. It's
Yeah.
just it take a lot of work, a lot of effort.
So getting back to the question. I'm sorry, I jumped ahead. Uh,
Okay.
how did you come up with your new game?
All right. So one day I'm sitting in my house and like I lived in a college town. I lived with a I was not per se going to college with anyone here, but I
Yeah.
was sitting alone in my apartment, and something just like hit me. I was just like, when you're thinking about motivation towards fitness, when you're thinking about trying to like pump yourself up to go to the gym, it's always about you versus you. It's always about trying to make trying to make you better. And the first thing that came to my mind was, well, like, there's nothing wrong with like reinventing yourself, like making you better. And the first thing when it comes to trying to like, correlate to video games is when something gets hard, you kind of step back or not necessarily hard. I take that back. When it gets to a point where you're done, you need to turn the game off.
Yeah.
Back in the day, games like they had this whole concept of pressing start, starting a new game.
Yeah.
Nowadays, games you got continue, you got save, play later, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it started. So sitting alone in my apartment, I just started putting ideas down on the paper. One thing that really stood out was start a new game.
That's actually cool. I mean, in my mind, I'm picturing it, and yeah, that sounds good. That is a crazy way to come up with a name.
Well, it's surrounded around the idea of I put a bunch of other ideas on the paper too, and most of those ideas were kind of they weren't really named. They were just like one of them was actually hit reset and start a new game.
Yeah.
But again, all of them kind of correlated to new game.
Yeah. And like you said, back in the day, I mean, that's what it was about. I mean, starting the new game, and I mean, honestly, I would not rage, but I would get upset and just hit reset. That was the easiest way to do it. Is to start
Yeah,
over.
and I remember one of the things was you have three lives.
Yeah.
You die, you die, you die. Okay, well, what other option do you have? Like there was no save, so start a new game.
Uh, I remember running through Resident Evil Code Veronica with on the PS2 with no memory card at all. Uh, I don't. Are you familiar? I mean, I know you're familiar with the game, but there was one spot. You're on the plane, and you got to go back there and fight that monster. Well, the monster ended up killing me, and I died.
Mm.
I had to start all over again.
Yeah, if you don't, I had the same. I had a very similar one with Final Fantasy X. I think I was maybe 6 hours into the game because I didn't have a memory card. I can't tell you how many times I played the first 3 hours of Final Fantasy X because I didn't have a memory card. But I was maybe 6 hours into the game. I think I was fighting Sin for the first time. Wipes my party out. Game over. No save file. I know exactly what you're going for, brother.
Those days were definitely not fun.
No, especially when you're trying to figure out like, hey mom, hey dad, I know you bought me this expensive system. I know I got these like $70 games, but I need this $30 product to be able to make any of this fun.
So okay, so you've come up with your name, your catchphrase. Uh, Now me, when I restarted this channel or when I started this channel again, uh, I didn't do a video for a few weeks. Did you, once you got your channel started and going, did you put a new video out the same week, the same day? Did you wait?
Uh, Let me see here. I made the channel, I want to say it was October or November of last year. So my channel's coming up on 1 year right now. So yes, I made a video, I believe 2 weeks after I made the channel, because there was a lot of prep process. There was a lot of figuring out what direction I wanted to take it, what was the schedule going to look like, how many days a week I was going to record, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Now, the first subscriber you got, how did that make you feel?
It made me feel like this was possible, like absolutely possible. I've always been the kind of person, whether or not I was doing something right, I've always been the kind of person who believed that so long as there's results for whatever you're doing, it's going to return like something good.
Yeah.
So the fact that I got one subscriber, which led to two, three, four, like I saw those numbers going up. I was like, there's something here. There's something to be said about this. So it made me feel good.
What about, and I'm sure everybody's gotten, it's not just me and you. Now, I honestly, I can't remember either this channel or the last channel I had, if we actually had, I've had, my fair share of dislikes. Comment wise, I can't
Mm.
remember if we've had one or not, but I know you mentioned that you did. How did that make you feel seeing that comment there?
So yeah, I've gotten actually, I think three of my videos have a dislike. I don't want anybody to go back and try and add to that list, unfortunately. But yeah, I've gotten a couple of dislikes and one negative comment. One negative comment, that one, I mean, that tore me up. That really, like, and it affected me a lot more than I think it should have. And if I'm being honest, in reference to the old video, the Jin Kazama project, that was the video that I got that comment on.
So
It
that
was,
put.
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say so. So that played a part in you removing the video.
It did play a part. Like I said, there was a lot of factors to that, and that was definitely one of them. Something about that comment, because it wasn't necessarily I don't want to say just derogatory, but it was a person who commented a direct attack at the person making the video, which was me at the time,
Yeah.
or which was me. So somebody is not just commenting negatively on the video, but they're saying that I was. I mean, I don't want to say the comment because, like I say, I don't want to throw any curse words out there, but it made me feel like less of a person. Made me feel like I wasn't doing something right. Like, and I know I remember thinking, you got to be above it. You gotta believe that like something's going wrong with this guy's life, so he's got to comment negatively on your videos. But I was like, all right, let me try and move past it. But it just kept tearing away at me. Like I just remember keep thinking about it. Like something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. So yeah, it really did affect me.
Well, I mean, like I said, I've had my fair share of dislikes. Comment wise, I look at it as the way I look at things is if you're not getting those kind of comments, if you're not getting those dislikes, then you're not a YouTuber. So I mean, and I'm sure we've seen lots of other like YouTubers that have gotten lots of hate comments and stuff like that.
Yeah, oh
And
yeah.
I mean, the way I look at it is, like, yeah, it sucks. I mean, you spent all this time making this video, making this content, and for someone to come in and say these bad things to you, you know, I get what you're saying. I'm sure if someone did that to me, I would feel like crap. I would want to stop. I mean, well, not stop, but I would, feel that same
Like
way.
doing
Like,
wrong. Like think something
yeah,
I'm wrong.
but my best advice is, obviously, you're still continuing. Don't let these kind of comments get to you. And I mean this to like everyone that's listening. Just ignore them. I mean, what they say is true. Haters are gonna hate. I mean, obviously he didn't like what you were doing, so I mean, he that person had no right to to say that mean thing. If he didn't like it, then dislike it. Leave it alone. Just say hey, I don't like this idea. I don't like what you're doing. I mean, maybe you can work. Do this. I think that's the whole reason why they even put comments was so that way you can give your opinion on the video. Like, hey, well, you could have done this different, or you know, be more positive than negative, basically.
Yeah. Something a little bit more constructive, or a little bit more like,
Exactly.
hey, you can do this better to be able to entertain the masses, as opposed to you're a
Exactly.
weirdo and we don't like who you are.
Yeah, they shouldn't say that. I mean, I know everybody has the right for their own opinion or whatever,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's not going to change anyone's outtake on anything. But that's just how I feel. Just
I mean,
don't.
especially as a new YouTuber, that's one of the things was I think it was, I mean, this video was probably January of this year. I was
Yeah.
3 months into the process. I was like literally like sitting on 22, 23 subscribers, like trying to build it up. And I'm getting smacked in the face with "you're a terrible person." It's like, oh man, like this hurts. Like something about this, what I did was wrong. So of course, being constructive, being positive, honestly, in my opinion, for the individual and how I take negative comments now, you just like it's like you just said, if you weren't
YouTube.
if you weren't getting this negativity, then you wouldn't be an actual YouTuber. I
Exactly.
remember maybe it should have been maybe 7, 8, 9 years ago when PewDiePie was starting to get some people. I remember he even said, haters are gonna hate, same kind of concept. But it can't affect you. You got to keep going because like it's not on you, it's on them.
Exactly. And I mean, again, take all these famous YouTubers. Like, yeah, they got a lot of subscribers. I mean, they basically started where we are at right now. So
Yeah.
they started at the bottom, and yeah, they're big now, but they worked. They kept going. I'm sure they dealt with their fair share of haters. I mean,
Oh yeah.
that's just the way the world is. There's always going to be that one person that's going to try to drag you down with them, and you know we don't need to let that happen. I mean, we just keep fighting the fight and just keep going. And that's
Yeah.
another thing that I wanted to let you know is that, man, like for a while I noticed that you were stuck at 63 subscribers, and you keep going though. You keep putting content out. You keep putting your videos out, and you
Yeah.
keep fighting. So I mean that's very awesome, man. I mean, there was lots of times where I wanted to stop, but I get
No.
I get some of that good positive energy from. I'm sure you're familiar with him because he's in a lot of videos with Rochester the Gnome.
Oh
He's
yeah.
constantly going, man. He's not stopping, and I'm trying to be more consistent like him because I think in the end, that's what it's about too, is being consistent with your channel like you are. I mean, you have your series, you have your videos coming out every week. Uh, you recently did your Minecraft. You're on what, episode 8 now. So I mean,
Yeah.
you're being consistent with your channel. That's something that I'm trying to do, but I'm letting some of the things going around in my life affect that. So I think in the long run, if I keep continuing, it's going to hurt me. But yeah, so Rochester is he's going for it, man. And like I said, I think we need to do the same thing and just forget the negativity and just think positive and keep going.
No, I absolutely agree. Uh, Making the videos, staying consistent with it. I mean, you're right. I was on 63. Actually, I was at 64 for maybe like 2 months, and then suddenly I lost one. I don't know who it was. I don't know what happened. I'm like, oh well, I lost one. But I just kept going, and the idea behind it was, I mean, you've got to keep being consistent with it. I mean, like I'm not even gonna say so far as like trying to get that one video. Everyone's like, make that one video that just goes viral and everybody loves it and everybody goes crazy over it, and that's where you start shining.
Yeah,
I look at all these other YouTubers pushing up. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 subscribers, and I look at the video count that they have. I mean, I've got maybe 100 and some odd videos, maybe 150, and I'm not even close to how many videos these other people have. Like, you just got to keep banging out content, keep putting it out there, give these people something to watch.
Yeah.
And that's honestly how I approach it. Like, I've got to have something that these people can watch. Like, if they're going to hang out at my channel, which, I mean, I appreciate everybody who does check out my channel, but I need them to be like, they need to have something to watch. They can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to watch this one 15-minute video 20 times. I got to have something like, hey, I just finished his video. He's an entertaining person. I like his personality, whatever it is, whatever drew you into the channel in the first place. Oh, well, he's only got 3 videos that I actually like. I'm not going to sit back and watch those 3 videos 20 times. Maybe I'll watch it tomorrow again, but I'm not going to do it again today.
Yeah. So you shifted your channel from Pokemon, focusing more on gaming stuff now. Obviously, Pokemon opening up the packs is expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Was that like something you thought about doing like overnight? I mean, or did you? What happened that made you make this big jump?
So, I mean, I avoided the topic for the longest time. I actually talked about the answer or talked about the reason, and I think it was my Dark Souls playthrough. The biggest reason, and I think a lot of us come across it at some point, we hit a wall where it's just not balancing. The financial aspect is not just balancing with our ability to continue banging out content. If I wanted to be consistent, if I wanted to keep making videos, I'm not a vlogger by any means. I'm not able to just turn on the camera and just be like, hey guys, here's where I'm at. Here's what's going on around me. Let me just talk to myself while I'm doing this. I can't do that. I don't have that kind of charisma or personality right now. So what I really needed to think about was, what could I do? What was I capable of doing? Making the Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, actually. Those videos, those were scheduled. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make one video here, one video here. But it gets to a point where you just can't buy any more. Like, it's like I need to pay my bills. I need to go out and I need to like buy diapers. So there was the financial side. Then, of course, for me, the biggest side was how much longer can I continue to be this same person with like opening cards that aren't like, I'm not getting anything good. I'm not getting anything good. Oh wait, I got one good thing, but then I get nothing good. Like, I can't. I hate that so much. Where it's like there's something that's just not entertaining, but I have to pretend like it is. Like, it's not like I couldn't do it, but I did it so much, I was just like, man, this is not what I wanted the channel to be. So after a while, I really would say overnight, I was like, I need to do something else. So the gameplay stuff, that came about because I was like, I'm going to take some of the stuff that I have and I'm going to reinvest it, like some of the like the Pokemon cards, for example. I flipped a bunch of the Pokemon cards into a Nintendo Switch. And I was like, oh, now there's something fun, something to play. But then I started thinking about it. Well, everybody else plays video games on YouTube, so I was like, maybe I can get into this. Maybe I can start doing this. Now, that was probably a 2-week process because I still needed to get the capture card. I needed to make sure I had the right equipment to be able to record it. So it took a while, but I would definitely say over the course of maybe a month, where I was just like, all right, taper down on the cards, start doing videos on gameplay, and it just slowly became what I did.
I noticed that for a while you had gone, what do they call it, MIA, and you hadn't put any videos out.
Yeah. The MIA, the me going out was me moving.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what it was.
Yeah, I had so much going on. Like I say, about 6 months ago, we moved down this way. And I was just like, I could pre-record so much. Like, believe it or not, I've got 2 Dark Souls playthroughs, neither of which is completed because the first one, when I went MIA, all that footage which was pre-recorded got lost. Like
Oh man.
somewhere in one of my memory cards, I was getting ready to edit it, and the memory card was corrupt, and it must have been during the move. So I was like, all right, well, now I got 6 hours of Dark Souls footage that's just gone. And then as soon as I started thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I need to get situated down here. I need to get I need to get working. I need to figure out everything as I am. So I just decided I was just going to take a little hiatus without saying anything. And fortunately for me, not too many people noticed. You know, I noticed you noticed, Ricky, but other than that, uh, no, not too many people noticed. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to take a little break. I'm going to readjust, reinvent who I needed to be, and that was just what it was. I came back and I was like, all right, let's just start banging it out again.
I think a lot of the times, like when you're first starting, uh, now I'm not saying that it's necessarily everyone, but I know with me, and that's one thing that I'm going to talk about in the next episode is like when you first go into this, like you obviously you got the mindset where you want to make it big. I mean, who doesn't? But
Right.
to me, I think in the beginning I was like overwhelming myself. Like I was trying to do too much at one time because I had my openings at work, and then I was trying to do every Sunday to where I was going to try to challenge a different PokeTuber, and then just I think in the beginning it's overwhelming when you're trying to do all these things at one time.
Oh yeah.
So now it's like you know. Uh, I'm taking my time. I'm trying different things at work, and with the podcast, it actually is doing way way much better than my Pokemon openings. I mean, time wise, view wise, I mean, I honestly, I did not expect this much love and support from coming from them. I thought maybe like a few people like my main group would watch them and listen to them. I didn't expect to get all this positive feedback. I mean, people are saying, "Hey, when is the next episode?" I mean, that's like shocking to me, man. Like it
Nice.
makes me feel bad too because it's been like what 3 or 4 weeks since I put a podcast out. So when you came to me and told me you were ready, I was excited, man. I was constantly trying to prepare myself for this day, and
Well, if I can put my 2 cents on the idea behind the card openings versus the podcast, I wholeheartedly believe that a lot of people are more interested as a whole in regards to the psyche behind everything. Like, why do people do what they do? And I hate to put it the wrong way. They can see through pretending. They can see through that. They can see through when you're, like I was saying with my videos, I saw through it. Everyone saw through it. When I was opening these packs and I was like, oh man, I got this super cool holographic rare. Like, check this out. This is an amazing Silvally figure. And you're like, where are the GXs? Where are the EXs? Where's the ultra rares?
where's the good
Those aren't
colors?
coming. They can see through that. I personally believe that people can see through your fake excitement, not yours per se, but people's
Yeah,
fake excitement. And it's not to say that that's bad, but when you see that, when you know that, it turns you off. And
yeah,
when you're turned off from your own video content, it's not as exciting for the viewer. You might not think that it's that bad, or I might not think that it's that bad. And that's like, seriously, if you check out some of my like later videos, like, or at least my Pokemon opening videos, it was starting to get dry. It was starting to get like, oh, this is like, I learned a lot. I learned how to edit properly. I learned how to put in some like proper techniques to make my videos look pretty,
yeah,
but there was no spirit behind it. There was no energy behind it. I could not be who I said I originally wanted to be. So I
yeah.
was like, all right, like, well, like I said, to put my 2 cents in, I really do believe your podcast, dude. Like, this is a like huge idea. This is you on video. Like you're just recording audio, you're putting it out there, but this is you.
Yeah.
This is not you like opening up a pack and being like, oh man, like this non-holographic rare, wah.
Now, my previous channel, the KMR cards, I get what you're
Yeah,
saying, and my wife has told me the same thing too. Like you can't go into doing these videos without any energy. You can't, you know, feed the viewers bullcrap because they'll call it. And I mean, a lot of people they'll notice it, and like you say, it's not a good thing. It's not a good feeling because I was actually doing the same thing. You know, I was upset that we weren't getting no good cards. You know, I did the videos because I did the videos because you know I felt like it was my job to do them because you know, hey, I made a commitment to do this. But
yeah,
now, even and I'm saying this to be honest, even though I don't get good pulls, it's okay. It doesn't bother me no more. Like, yeah, it sucks that you know I spent all this money and hey, I didn't get nothing. It doesn't bother me as much because it's not a thing anymore. Before it was a thing, now it's not. And
yeah.
I know there's a lot of people that you know. Again, we all have our opinions. Everybody's gonna look at it different. But to me, it doesn't matter anymore. But now I've actually hit that point now to where I'm actually gonna have to stop the Pokemon again because the next few months are gonna be hard on me because I have two birthdays. My son's September the 19th, and then my daughter's October the 13th. And then when that's all said and done, hell, you might as
Yeah,
well start getting
Christmas.
ready for Christmas. So it's like the next few months, you know, it's gonna be hard to do Pokemon videos. I mean, I'll probably do one here and there, but I've also got to focus on my well, the Minecraft videos we call them Gnomecraft. I'm sure you've seen them, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've done two of those, and I haven't done any since. Now I've been working, you know, hard. We've got a lot to show, but I also don't want it to be, you know, just like tours of hey, you know, this is what we've been doing for the past few weeks. I want to get you know the ball rolling on it, and you know find the other exciting things to do in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it's never ending. So
No, I agree.
uh, and
If I can touch bases on that, dude. I mean, first off, I would love to be back on here. If like this podcast thing, this is awesome. Uh, Secondly, I mean that's just it. You just got to be consistent with it. And I agree, the Pokemon cards can be they can be fun, absolutely. But then they become pricey. So for you, I mean, I'm watching your videos on your channel. Like, first off, you're one of the few PokeTubers out there that I know that actually continues to open the cards like right before work. Like, that's a concept in its own. Where you're
yeah,
like, oh yeah, I'm just about ready to head into work. I'm just gonna go open up some Pokemon cards. Like, that's awesome, dude. Like that's like I wish I could do that all day long. Just go to like, oh, I got to work, but hey, I'm gonna open up some Pokemon cards first. That's an awesome idea. The podcast though, I mean, it's like seriously, dude, just put your mind into audio form and just put it out there, dude. Like this concept, I guarantee you'll learn more about what you actually want to do. Just put talking your voice out there.
and I have more fun doing this because like in my mind I'm just picturing you know everybody listening. I mean it can just be like one person, two persons. I mean it don't bother me. My voice is out there. That it's the same thing with you know the banners and artwork and stuff like that that I do. I really don't I what I do like is I'll go and search for you know new YouTubers, and I'll see hey okay this person doesn't have a banner. Let's look them up with the banner. I mean they don't have to use it. I really love that they do use them. So I mean I like to help in any way that I can.
Yeah. No,
And
I wholeheartedly respect that about you, and that's one thing that you have that I don't think a lot of us do is like a connection to the community. You go out there like we nobody hits you up. I mean, I'm sure people do, but nobody's hitting you up and being like, "Hey, can you make 500 banners, 500 different logos?" Like you do it because that's what you love doing. You want to help people. You want to see people grow in their YouTube, and you don't want to. I mean, I know you're not trying to throw them a bone. You're trying to actually like give them tools that they can work with. things that they might not actually want to do or might not know how to do. You're doing it for them, and that's awesome to you. Like, that's awesome, dude.
Because I look at it this way too. Like, hey, this person, they notice my channel, and they're willing to help me. That gives them a little inspiration to keep going and fighting the fight, basically.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm like, I didn't know you before I started doing YouTube. Like, we've known each other almost an entire year now, and like on and off, of course, in contact. But you reached out to me, and I remember one of the first, at least on your that nerdy family Instagram channel. I'm not sure about KMR cards because I didn't know you then.
Ah,
You had posted a picture of Ampharos with a barbell over his head with NewGame right below it, and I thought that was the coolest thing.
oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I was like, because Ampharos is my personal favorite Pokemon. I'm into the fitness thing. You took it all and you put it right there on paper. Like, that was something that nobody else even considered putting out there, at least for me.
Yeah. So, last thing I want to talk about, man, is we've talked about the comments. Do the dislikes get to you? I mean, are they an issue for you?
We've talked about people having their opinion. We've talked about people being entitled to their opinion. The dislikes, uh, they don't bother me anymore. I think the last video that I got a dislike on was actually me trying to praise one of my favorite hunts in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Like, I thought this was the best thing that I'd ever done in the game. I thought it was super fun, super exciting. I even titled the video "My Favorite Hunt," and I got a dislike on it. Very first view was a dislike. Now, I don't know if it was an accident. Somebody opened up their phone, clicked on the video, accidentally pressed the dislike button while they watched it. I don't know. Uh, that didn't tear me up. That just made me understand that, like, people will have their opinion. People may not agree. People may think that Arzuros, and that was the hunt, is the worst hunt out there. Like, I can't do this. I don't like this. I don't like the way that this is. Or this was super easy. I don't know why you like it. Everyone's going to be entitled to their own opinion, their own reason behind their opinion. The dislikes, thank you for the view. That's basic. Like, thank you for watching my video or opening the video enough just so I get a view count.
Yeah. Well, see, think about it this way too. It's like, okay, like you got one dislike. I mean, even if it's just one like, you got someone in your corner that is loving your content. That's the way I look at it now. So hey, I've got 2 dislikes on a video, but hell, I've got 10 other people that like my video. So I've got an army with me, and it's just you 2 people.
Yeah. And again, for all I know, it was a mistake that you press that unlike button. I know I let my daughter play with my phone occasionally. She'll open up videos, and occasionally I'll see that I've somehow subscribed to a bunch of kitty channels. I can
Yeah,
fix that.
I've
But
I've had that too.
yeah, exactly. Like, for all I know, it was an accident. For all I know, you absolutely just despise my channel or my video, whatever it was. You did not get out of the video what you were trying to get out of it. So I mean, you can look at it like a learning experience. Like, okay, this person didn't like it, or somebody out there didn't like it. Okay, well, let me see what I can do. Let me watch the video again. Let me take it back, or just move on. Let me just move on. Let me just keep making videos the way that I do. People are gonna like them. People are gonna hate them. Whatever. But this is me.
Yeah, and I've thought the same thoughts. I mean, my video's just gone, like, it literally just went live a few seconds ago, and I've already got a dislike. I'm like, okay, well, either they just don't like my videos. I mean, they don't, something I'm doing, they don't like. But I
Yeah.
mean, it is what it is. I'm just starting off. I can't be perfect.
Yeah.
No matter how hard I try, I'm gonna have mess ups. And again,
Oh.
I'm sure everybody has their own mistakes that they've made.
Yeah. I just thought of something, and it's very hard when you're a PokeTuber, because I know for a fact there are people who will watch your video within the first 15 seconds, watch the entire video, 12-minute video, 14-minute video. They've watched the entire video. They've taken all your code cards.
Yeah.
I know for a fact the person who's going to come in after him is going to be upset.
Exactly.
So it's hard when you're a PokeTuber because you never know why you're getting those dislikes. But I personally, again, I go back to it. You gotta find a way to move past it. You gotta bang out that content. You just gotta keep putting it out there, and you personally gotta just keep putting yourself in there. I mean, I will admit this. I just said it was hard for me to do the Pokemon cards. Believe it or not, I actually do have plans to go back to Pokemon cards.
What?
I do. Yeah, I'm. Oh yeah, absolute comeback. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. Matter of fact, it might still be another month, might still be another 2 months before I can even consider making the videos. But I do have plans to, because the reality is, it's what I wanted to do when I started. I'm gonna have to find, dig deep, and find that energy, find that person who I really want it to be, and I'm gonna have to find a way to do it.
Just I would do like the best advice I can give you is to take your time. I mean,
Oh yeah.
don't come back and feel like you have to. Just make it about having fun. I mean, whether it's one pack, 2 packs. I mean, don't go all out.
Oh yeah.
Because then it's gonna get tired again. Because like I took a week or two break before Unified Minds come out, and then Unified Minds came out, and hey, I'm getting hit and hit and hit after hit, and then finally in the Walgreens video, I think my luck ran out. Well, at least that's what I thought. But here I opened another video that I haven't put out yet. We get a rainbow rare, so it's like okay, it's just a hit or miss.
I hear you. No, I wholeheartedly agree. I even remember when Team Up was treating you terribly, dude.
Oh my God, yes.
You were making video after video, and I'm watching these, and it's like it's cringy to me. I'm like, dude, where's get a hit, please, 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 please. Ah, I remember that Team Up was terrible for you, dude.
Oh yeah, and if it wasn't for that nerd Brandon, a friend of mine, sending that Elite Trainer box, I don't think I would ever have gotten a pull. Yeah, that set was doing us bad, man. Like,
which is surprising because Team Up was my favorite set. Like that was treating me gloriously.
yeah, I remember the Elite Trainer box you opened. Like, you
Yeah,
had just opened it and bam, you got hit.
I got a hit. I got Pikachu and Zekrom regular and Rainbow Rare, and shoot, I can't remember. There was another really big hit in that just one ETB, but I couldn't remember. Or I just like something about it when I was going through Team Up. I was just like, I just can't put the right kind of energy into this. Like even though I'm getting some hits, just couldn't get it. But I was watching your videos and I was like, oh, he's got to get a hit. He's got it. He's got it. Nah. But no, I mean, I do have plans to go back to the Pokemon cards. So, I am definitely willing to do some pack battles. I'm definitely willing to try and get out there. That's something that I can definitely show, again, respect for you. Because you've got the community concept behind you. You've got people who, like, you can easily just turn your head and just be like, hey, I got some packs. You want to do a pack battle? And there you go. You got yourself some pack battle concept going on. I've never done a pack battle.
What?
Yeah, if you watch all of my Pokemon videos, I've never done a pack battle.
Now that I think about that is true. Okay, well when you come back, I will be the first one.
All right. I'm down. Whatever set is out when I decide to get back into it, we'll do it.
Yes.
But go ahead.
I'm trying to get let's see, Brandon, that nerd, he actually had stopped doing Pokemon videos because he's doing more better with his live streams. He's doing gaming. I mean, that's his thing now. Now, recently, I've been trying to get him to to come back. He opened up some dollar packs, and bam, he got I think it was a Venomoth GX from a Dollar Tree pack. I mean, it's not an expensive card, but hey, the fact that you got a GX from a dollar pack, that's awesome. And then I'm telling him about the Hidden Fates. These things are hard to find, man. Like you got the chance to get a $400 card for $15. Everyone's been buying that up like hotcakes, man. So
Oh yeah.
he goes and buys one and pulls a full art trainer card. So I'm just like, wow. I mean, that's telling you something.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that like, and it kind of goes back to what I was saying about putting the energy into it. If you're getting the hits, you can put that energy. If you're not getting the hits, but if you genuinely had fun, you can put the energy into it. And that's something I need to figure out. I need to get that energy back. I need to find it, whatever it is, wherever it's hidden. Because honestly, and that nerd doing the live streams, doing the gaming, I felt that too. That was what I thought I could put my energy into. Now I've got a project starting actually next week. That's once again, it's still gaming, but I could put so much more energy into this. Now I will. I'm going to put it out there. I'm definitely going to still continue playing Minecraft. I might continue playing my Monster Hunter games. Honestly, those are kind of starting to taper down, especially because I lost my audio recording from my most recent videos. But this new stuff that I'm putting out there, I feel like they're like I can do these all day. I can make these videos every single day, not lose any energy whatsoever with this. And that's what I feel a lot of people need to keep when it comes to content. They need to be able to put that kind of energy into it. If you feel like this is what you want to do and this is how you want to do it, get as much as you can possibly get out of it because I mean, it might not be there tomorrow.
Yeah. No, I see. What gives me the energy that you're talking about is doing the videos with my daughter. My son, he'll still do them, but he's more into his video games right now. So, majority of the time, it's me and my daughter.
I
And
hear you.
I think I'm feeding off of her energy. She's excited. Oh man, let me tell you, when we're done opening these packs, Daddy, are we gonna open more? Daddy, do we have some more cards? And I'm like, no, we gotta get some more. So she'll get upset. So uh, last night, when I left work, I stopped at the Walmart and they had these. I'm sure you've heard of him, Ryan's Toy Reviews. They have
Yeah.
some. They have the little blind bags. Well, that Walmart had some clearance ones for $1, so I got her 3 of them. And
Ah.
so she opened them or whatever. She's playing with them, and I was like, Kaylee, uh, if Daddy bought blind bags like that, would you want to open them in a video? She says no, and I'm like, why? Don't you want to open them? She's like, no, I just want to open cards. So all she wants to do is just open Pokemon cards, and that's it. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm happy, and it's like, okay, well, I can't, ever really actually leave Pokemon cards because, like, even when I on the break, she's like, Daddy, when are we gonna open cards? And we'll pass by the Pokemon cards. She's like, Daddy, are we gonna get any? So I can't
Don't-
ever. I have to
just-
leave one foot in the door and leave one out.
I hear you. No, I think honestly, like you might be feeding off of her energy. She might be feeding off of your energy too, man. Like she might like little girl probably picking up like, oh, daddy's having a lot of fun. I think I can have fun with this too.
Yeah, I think that's what it is too, man. And
Yes.
her Minecraft builds. I mean, like
Oh
she
yeah.
can she can just look at something and she'll build it. Like she builds one of her favorites Minecraft tubers. She built the head. She's made a big. I mean, just amazing stuff, man. Amazing stuff.
Man, kids have some crazy imagination when it comes to some of this stuff. My cousin, when he was growing up, I watched him grow up, and he didn't even need an instruction book for any of those Lego sets or like Connect sets. He just whatever pieces he had access to, he was going to build whatever he needed to. Came up with some crazy ideas. But now that we're older, it's just like, all right, well, now our brains aren't as they don't work the same way. We got to apply our knowledge. We got to apply our concepts. Whereas kids, like you're talking about with your daughter, she just sees something. She's like, I got to make that in Minecraft. Like, that's what I want to put my energy into. That's what I want to put my time into. I'm going to do that. And she does it.
Yeah, and then she'll make her own skins. Like she's just very very creative.
how to do. I see people doing that all the time. I have no idea how to do that. Like I hate to say it, but I'm terrible at Minecraft.
Yeah, and like last night when we watched your video, you know, we're seeing you with the horse in the water. They're like, oh, well, that's how you do it, because you know we're the horse drowning, not knowing how to, you know, we're trying to ride it to get at least out of the water, and it ends up dying. So I didn't know that you can do that.
I found that and that goes to a couple of other concepts. I took that from another video. I do watch a couple of other Minecraft tubers, whatever you call them, and I see what they do, and I don't take directly like the ideas. I'm just like, I think I can emulate something like that, or I want to be able to make that. Like honestly, my house or my base in Minecraft, I thought I saw somebody make a base similar to it, and I was like, that seems like something I should be doing. Like that seems like a cool idea. And then when I was doing it, I was like, this seems a lot harder than it should have been. So it took me a lot longer, but I was able to like create a concept. And then like, you know, putting a lead on a horse, I had to watch somebody else do that before I was like, okay, that's how you do it. Because I'm not gonna lie, when you jump into the water with the horses and they jump off, or you jump off of them, or they kick off you, and you got to go over to the side, and then you got to figure out which direction the horse is going to be able to get back on it. No.
Yeah. So before I leave you, is there any advice you can give to someone that's, you know, trying to make it, you know, that's gotten that, you know, that dislike, gotten that comment that you got? Is there anything that you can tell them, you know, that you learned?
I hate to recreate or summarize the advice that pretty much everyone out there gets, but they're not wrong. And that is literally create content, keep creating content, be consistent, and be you. Like you literally got to just keep going. Like you got to just like you're discouraged. All right, what are you gonna do now? You're gonna stop doing YouTube because someone in the world amongst the billions of people that are out there did not like your video for whatever reason. You can't let that get to you. And if it does, if you do let it get to you, all right, let it be the fuel that makes you want to make better quality content. Like let's strive to be the person who has a million views and zero dislikes. Like if that's what fuels you, okay, do it. But you got to keep going. You gotta make content. Keep going. You gotta be you. That's another big factor. Is don't try and copy somebody else. If you're copying somebody else, you're gonna like somebody's gonna see that. Someone out there is gonna see that you are copying. You know, I'm like to name some PokeTubers. I don't want to be the next Leonhardt. I don't want to be the next Real Brick Nate. These are huge superstars in the PokeTuber world. I want to be amongst them. But if I'm copying who they are, if I'm copying what they're doing, if I'm like emulating literally what they're saying, I'm taking away from what I can possibly be. And somebody out there is going to catch that. Somebody out there, like you got to dislike. They might think like, hey, you're just another Leonhardt. You're just another Dirium.
And I think that's what that'll make you grow better as a channel too. Is like being your own person and being different than, you know, all the other, like you said, all the other lean hearts, all the other rule breaking names.
Yeah, they're great people. They're great PokeTubers. It's honestly why you watch them. It's the fact that if you're going to emulate them, if you're going to copy what they do, you're taking away from you. And if that's how you really want to be known, I mean, I do know there's countless famous like YouTubers, Twitch streamers, like they're out there because they take other people's content and they make it into their own. You know, like reaction videos, like people who do reaction videos, you're popular because you watch somebody else do something and you reacted to it. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. But that's how you're going to be known.
Yeah. I want to thank you so much for being on the show with me. Definitely gonna have you back on. Next time we'll just talk about crazy things happening in our lives. Uh,
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being on the show with me, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you for being, or thank you for the invite to be here, and I will definitely accept it again if you choose to have me back.
Don't forget, man. I'm the first one up. That pack battle.
Absolutely, brother.